mostly complaining. That's what I do behind the shades that I withdrew. Mostly complaining. It's not my fault, so I just laugh and watch it fall apart.
Hello, and welcome to Mostly Complaining, the show that is mostly complaining. It's definitely what it's going to be today.
Well, I'm hoping.
That has not changed. It's hot as fuck outside, and Sim,
just like last time,
is absolutely sweltering. We are surly. We are sweaty.
I'm still in a flannel.
Yeah, obstinate. So this puts us in the perfect mood. I am Chuck Parker, the host of Mostly Complaining with Chuck Parker. This is my co-host and producer, Sam Alvarado. See, we introduced we did a normal introduction at the top of the show. We're getting better. We're getting better.
Not mostly introductions, though.
So, we have a special guest today, so we'll keep it moving on. We're going to start bitching right away.
Yeah.
So, first item on the docket, gullibility. Gullibility, Sam. These people, they'll believe fucking anything these days.
Like when you tell people,
I mean, nobody checks on anything. You just fucking hear it. You watch a YouTube video, and you sight unseen. That's fucking true. And I think where this started, Sam. Unpopular opinion, but I think it started in the 1934 L.A. clown massacre.
Gullibility did.
The problem with gullibility,
Explain.
the problem with just taking this sight unseen started in the L.A. Clown Massacre of 1934. You ever heard of that?
No,
I'm
massively interested.
Because they don't teach that in the schools, Sam. They don't teach about the L.A. Clown Massacre. No, it's like lost to the history books. My family lived in California, so my grandfather used to talk about this. This happened when he was a kid. But you have this clown convention in 1934, and there is a dust-up with these clowns. Clowns all over the country have come to the City of Angels for a clown convention. And after days of just debaucherous, Caligula-esque whiskey, hookers, street drugs, pharmaceutical speed, there's a dust-up between, Trotskyist elements of the unionized clowns and then, Pinkerton detectives that were agent provocateurs of the agents who were also Nazi sympathizers. Because remember, this is 1934, so you have the rise of Hitler, during this time. So they had agent provocateurs in the clown convention, which the match went up like a tinderbox. So you have clowns fighting with police, Sam. Clowns fighting with police, and they're not like fucking, bonking people on the fucking head with like fucking rubber hammers and shit like that. No, it's real fisticuffs, just fucking clowns, floppy shoes and fucking colored hair, beating the living shit out of each other. And you have your fascist elements in the clowns themselves. They start beating the shit out of each other. Nobody really knows who's whom. The clowns open fire on the melee.
Jesus.
And at that time, the clowns just start fucking running amok through the streets of Los Angeles, just beating tourists and fucking pedestrians, flipping over cop cars, setting shit on fire. So you have multiple structure fires within the LA city limits, and clowns just running amok through the streets, Sam, hopped up on barbiturates, methamphetamines, and fucking booze.
I've literally never heard of this, and this is amazing.
It happened. It happened, Sam. It happened.
It's amazing.
And what happens is that the LAPD just no quarter opens fire with Thompson submachine guns on the clowns. 70 clowns were slain.
70 clowns.
70 clowns.
That's a lot of clowns.
It's a lot of clowns.
I am surprised I've never heard of this. This is amazing to hear.
Yep. You probably never heard of it because I just made it up, Sam. I just made it up. And Some of you assholes that were just listening to this without looking up Wikipedia or just doing the basic research, you were like, oh, there was a clown massacre. I would take that fucking what the fuck ever.
Yeah, no,
you know,
that's-
because we're not just complaining here. We're also lies.
Mostly
So just
complaining
like
lies.
most media, we're a bunch of legitimate grievance laced with plausible lies.
Oh, but you said it with such fervor and intelligence.
Yes,
and
maybe
information.
you will show more discernment next time and look it the fuck up.
Wait a second, he's not complaining. I don't believe a word.
Well, you just got to keep on your toes here, but at least we're honest about it,
Yeah.
and we're giving you a little bit of exercise. But anyhow, this is a special episode.
Special.
We have a guest complainer. Have we decided it's not complainant? 'Cause
Complainant
is
doesn't
not a
sound
word.
right.
But complainant should be a word.
It should. And
that is
complainer-
a complaint in and of itself. That complainant.
Plainer
Plaintiff.
seems,
It's like plaintiff.
oh, it's just another.
All right, but we have the very
Special
funny
guest.
Jess Wood coming to complain. So we'll see you in just a second with Jess Wood.
Hello, world. My name's Jess Wood, and you know what I want to start my complaints off with? I'll tell you, thank you for asking. All right. 20-something, and maybe even younger, but legally allowed to, they are so uptight. How uptight can you be? I can't talk to you about, I don't know. Listen, let's talk about your sex. I know, I study you because I fuck your men. I love a young man. Listen, 20-something is perfect for me. I say all my abortions are coming back to date me. I'm very excited to see a young 20-something man, but I'm confused and I'm going to complain about it. Here's the thing. Okay, thank you. Chuck, thank you. Sam, thank you, everyone here. Thank you.
We're here for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let it out.
Let's talk.
Yeah.
I'm going to just go straight for it.
Do it.
The guy that I see, I don't see him. We just do it. He chokes me. He spits on me. But boy, he can't handle if I use the word moist. In a sentence, in a sentence. Like moist, like, oh, this cake, you should have a piece, it's really moist. Oh God. Like, really? Are you kidding me? You almost killed me in my own bed. And yet a word upsets you. Like, I have words that upset me. I'm a Jew. I don't like kike. You know what I mean? Like, that's a very upsetting. I will complain if someone calls me a horrible name. I don't use those hate words. Mm-hmm. But I love, moist used to be a celebratory word.
Yeah.
Moist used to be something that everyone bragged about.
Yes.
And now it's this dirty little nasty, oh my God, I can't believe you. I don't understand.
Yeah.
It makes me insane. And I maybe it's my own fault. I mean, I'm fucking young men. They don't talk a lot, so they're not really upset about the word. But the women, I go to parties, I hang around people. The girls are very upset, and that upsets me more. Because girls should know moist, poussoir, poussé.
That's a good thing.
It's so
That's a
good.
thing.
It's so good. It's like when Cardi B and Megan the Stallion came out with the song WAP and Wet Ass Pussy, as you probably know. Of course you know.
For those that didn't know.
Wet Ass Pussy.
Yes.
Amazing song.
Yes.
Empowering, enlightening, inspiring. I felt a tingle all over when I watched the video.
Be uncontroversial that's how pussy should be.
That's it. We can celebrate the wetness of the puss.
Yes.
And why wouldn't we? What is going on? We don't want a dry puss. Nobody wants that. No, of course not.
That's a problem.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
But it's also a myth. It's a myth. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, just quoting the Muppet movie, just a tad. But I feel like the women are missing it. We're all letting ourselves get choked out, letting ourselves get spit upon. But man, if a boy says, ooh, your pussy's nice and moist, ew, don't even touch me. We have to loosen that up. It's shame-based. It's shame. There's moistness here, but then shame comes and crushes it down. And I'm like, who's teaching these young people? It's people my age. It's the Generation X. We're shaming these poor kids because we didn't get any sex ed. What did we have for sex ed? You locked into a room with a bunch of pamphlets with fake hair coming out the back of them trying to sell you tampons. I mean, that was my sex ed. They didn't tell me, don't have a baby with a guy, you're going to be attached to him for the rest of your fucking life. No. If we could just, instead of giving a kid a bag of flour to go home with, we used to get a bag of flour instead of a baby. You know what? Give them a baby daddy. For like 4 months.
Just an actual baby. Just give him
a baby.
Give him a baby.
There's going to be plenty
of
unwanted babies that are going to be available for
you
classrooms.
Can practice babies.
Practice babies.
Practice babies. There's all
over.
These unwanted babies. They could be used as practice babies. No harm, no foul.
Yes.
You know, I mean, you could drop them, whatever.
Oh yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
they're
it's okay.
totally. No one cares about them once they're born.
Yeah.
That's the thing that we understand.
Yeah. But, I mean, there's going to be a lot of them.
A lot
more.
So
of
like
them.
schools used to be really having school funding used to be an issue. Now, let me tell you something. Sex ed is. They've got more money, in babies than they know what to do with.
Yeah.
And we're making, what else?
Stock of babies is going up.
The stock of babies.
Yeah.
And people
glut,
just want to keep having babies. Mm-hmm. There's this weird thing. I don't want to mention this town. There's a lot of fucking babies in this town. I don't mean to bring you, I don't want to hate on I mean, it's a lot of babies.
A lot of babies.
And look at, I don't want to, what am I going to tell you don't have a baby? Yes. I am going to say that, but I'm not a Kardashian. That people watch the Kardashians.
Segue.
That's right.
Segue,
I am.
Segue. What a segue.
I do. I am a comedian professional. Professional. I'm here for you as professional. Don't be mad that that's a Russian accent. It's Ukrainian. Why you say Russian? We don't like. So the Kardashians, I think, are the ones making the children want to have the babies. They keep having babies, and they keep having babies with men that they hate. They hate their men. Most of them hate their men that they have babies with. They end up having all these babies and they hate their men. And I say to the Kardashians, speaking of sex education, I don't even need you to use a condom, Kardashians. I know you don't want to go there because you're men or whatever. They're going to be, it doesn't feel the same. Fuck them. They're still going to go in. Ask any young men anywhere. You want to use did you want to come inside of me? Yes. Did you put on a condom? Okay, I guess so. Yes, that easy, fuckers. But these women, all they care about is like how pretty they look when they're having sex. And just no one knows the rhythm method. Do you understand? Rhythm? I can't spell it, but I know it. I cannot spell the rhythm method, but I know what it means. And if you don't know what it means, America and the world, I will tell you right now, it means that you have to know when your body is ovulating. That means your little jizzers is going to be a little stretchy and you're going to get real horned up because when you're ovulating, it's the only time of the month you can get pregnant. Yeah. And that is 1 or 2 days of the month. That's all right. If I have to do sex education right here in a public service announcement, I don't give a fuck because the Kardashians everyone's watching them. They don't even know the rhythm method. They don't know when they're ovulating. These bitches are getting pregnant. You can only get pregnant one time a month. And these bitches keep getting pregnant. I'm sorry. Did they just go out that one time? They're like, ooh, I felt an egg drop. Let me go get that shit. It ain't Chinese soup egg drop. You know what I'm saying? Oh, good God.
When you're freaking ovulating.
You gotta know.
For Christ's sake.
Especially now, they're not letting us take care of our stuff anymore. We don't have a choice in the matter anymore.
Pay attention.
And this is fucking why. Because why? Because they've given all these women, these are the voices of us. These are the voices of women right now. Are you out of your fucking mind? They don't even speak. Do they speak? Kim Kardashian said once, this is a quote from Kim Kardashian. I don't smile. That's how I don't get wrinkles. Are you fucking out of your mind? Are you?
I don't think I've ever heard her speak.
No, exactly. No. She because you don't want to. It's a lot of ass, and that's not real. Yeah. And God bless the women with real big asses who grew up getting made fun of for their ass, and now the fucking bitches are getting cement plugged in their please.
Is that just like gelatin or whatever? Is it? No shit.
Botox, cement, whatever you can get your goddamn hands on.
No shit.
You know what? You go to Puerto Rico and they put a little something in there. Anyway, but you can't sit down.
Cement.
Puerto Rican ass cement. Yeah, you can't sit down for weeks. You cannot sit down for weeks.
Wow.
When you get your ass worked on,
or it'll
you
cave
can't. The amount of pain.
Oh my God.
This is what we're doing. Really, ladies? Girls, don't do it. I love you. I'm telling you, this is Auntie Jess talking to you right now, okay? I'm telling you, you don't have to go raw for him. You don't have to go down on him if he's not going down on you. You know what I mean?
One good turn deserves another.
Hello.
Yeah, let's keep it
Thank
equal
you,
here.
Chuck
Yeah,
Parker.
yeah.
He's always got a snappy
Yeah.
little saying, this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can't sit down for fucking days, weeks. You can't sit down on your ass. But you know what would help? Here's another segue for everybody.
Yeah.
I don't want, I'm tired of watching sit down.
What?
And you know who I am, because I've yelled at them before in person, folks. I don't care. I'm not one of those people that types it out. This is making me mad. I go up to the people and I go, stop fucking doing that. Comedians on stage sitting down.
Yeah.
Get up.
Yeah.
Get up, you
Yeah.
motherfucker. Get up.
Stand
Put
up.
your shoulders back.
Stand
Tell a
up.
joke, you bitch. It's called stand-up comedy, you fucking assholes. Like, what the fuck? You know what? There's probably one dude, and I'll shout him out. Josh Fournier. You get a pass, boo-boo. He is a spectacular comic here. Native dude. And I say native dude, why? Because his people were storytellers. So they can fucking sit down. You know what, baby? You take a seat and you tell us your story, boo-boo. And he is fucking tremendous. So there's nothing ever is taken away from him sitting down. But all these other motherfuckers stand up and tell a joke. It's called stand up, you fucking little bitches.
Yeah,
So
stand the fuck up.
stand up.
Jesus.
Stand up. That's all. You can't sit down. It takes the energy away, and we don't want to see it. I'm in the audience. I'm not one of those bitches that sits outside and is like, when is my spot? No, I like to be involved with the audience, see what's going on, what's the energy in the room, all that shit. So I'm not fucking around here. This is me being in the space. I'm not talking shit. This is serious shit. This is serious. The audience knows, Chuck.
They know they came there to pay to see stand-up comedy. It's in the name. It's in the name. I don't know how hard this is.
And listen, I don't want to be, I know what you're thinking right now. You're looking at me, white lady, Gen X age. What are you, Karen? Listen, no, I'm the opposite Karen. You know how I know I'm opposite Karen? Because I was at the Zuni Walmart, and if you're local, if you know, you know. I was at the Zuni Walmart recently, and a gentleman was running out who had stolen a tent. And now a couple of people were chasing after him. And what did your friend here say? Leave him alone. Let him go. He obviously needs that tent. That's the opposite Karen.
If you're stealing a tent, you very much need that tent.
That's all you. Plus, Walmart, you got fucking insurance. We know about corporations. They're not hurting. It's not like he came to my house and took my air mattress. You know what I mean? That might be a different story.
The Waltons can afford it.
But I didn't mind. I yelled because I don't care. But I'll tell you what, I'll never yell at a person working. No, because I work. Karen, what happened, Chuck? We're close in age. We were like the cool kids. We had tattoos really early. We dyed our hair really early. We had punk rock. We had hip hop. We had all these things that were so fantastic for the culture. And then all of a fucking sudden, well, not all of a sudden, let's talk about Woodstock 99. I didn't know anybody who went to that, by the way. Yeah. But Woodstock 99 might as well have just been the fucking January 6th insurrection. It's the same people. It's 20 years later. It's the same motherfuckers.
All of our people got into the Kardashians and QAnon.
I'm horrified. I'm fucking horrified. And I'm like, what happened? See, I have a different story, though. We have a different story. When you have a different story, a different upbringing, you don't relate. You know, I don't relate to this bullshit. And I don't relate to the idea that just because you look like a certain way, you're supposed to act a certain way. Are you fucking kidding? America, stop. You know, let's stop buying into all this shit. And all these young kids who are fluid and say it's cool, we don't have any, these are all the pronouns. God bless. But you know what? You're still uptight about sex. So we obviously have done you fucking wrong.
Uptight
just to
in general,
circle
just
that.
uptight. I mean, like, holy
Just
shit.
to bring
these
it back
fucking
to that.
kids.
Yes.
It's like both comedians, where it's like, you should not be like cringing when you see young people in the audience.
Exactly. I see a 20-year-old, I'm like, oh no.
Fuck.
20-year-old white girl, oh, yeah, it's done for. She probably fucking called the police. You know what I mean? Like, I talk about turning off my Amber Alert on my phone, because why? I don't have a child. The fuck are you bothering me for? What do you think, I'm going to stop a white pickup truck on my way to fucking Dollar General? I'm not. Anyway, I had to turn that shit off. So, yeah, those kids make me crazy. Hey, where's...
my God.
Hold up. Where's Sam?
Oh, Sam is doing Sam stuff. We can, if you...
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Seems kind of weird.
It's what you think.
Okay. I
Yeah.
guess is that like normal for that's like his
That's
gig?
kind of,
That's
it's not
his thing?
uncommon. It's not
Okay.
uncommon that would be Sam stuff.
I see.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking these fucking kids these
Yeah,
days.
I can continue. I have so many. My mom hated kids. See, I'm from a big kid hating lineage.
These fucking kids.
My mom hated me. I mean, I'm an only child. She was like, that's enough. You know what I mean? She drove me to my first abortion, you guys. And she gave me the talk that you have to give your kid on the way to something very important like that. She looked at me and she said, Jesse, oh God, children, they ruin your life. And I was like, well, step on it, Mom. We got to get this shit out of here. I mean, my God.
Yeah.
And since then, I've been very choicey. My mom is, she was quite a gal. I could complain about her a little if you wouldn't mind.
That's what we're here for, is to freaking get it out. You know, you want to complain about your mom. Complaining about your mom is like fucking like that's like one of the biggest complaints.
I think we all do it, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's mom. You got some shit to talk about, right? Unless you're a certain age. There are kids. I actually taught comedy in Queens, New York, for about a semester, and these kids, you know, what they call the at risk. I don't believe in that at risk. Everyone's at risk. We're all at fucking risk. We leave the studio, we're at risk. You know what I mean? This is
you're gonna get chances are you could get stabbed in the face.
All of this
right outside
happening. So
it's Albuquerque.
When I was these children's age, I was teaching 4th grade, and when I was in 4th grade, I was already very jaded. I already did not like what was going on in my house. I didn't think my mom was doing a good job. Kids are fucking smart. You look at these. My mother, she didn't brush the back of her hair. She didn't wear underpants. I didn't have underpants till I was 10, you know. So I'm teaching these kids to try to do stand-up comedy, and I realize they can't make fun of their parents yet. And I'm like, are you not jaded yet? How old are you? And they're like, 9. And I go, doesn't your mom do something that makes you mad? This is how I'm trying to get them to write a joke. Tell me something about your mom that makes you pissed, kid. And they're like, I don't know. She's like weird, I guess, silly. And I'm like, how? How is she silly? Does she mess with your stuff? Does she go through your things? Does she talk badly about your friends? Like, I'm really trying to dig it out of these kids. These kids were nice. You know, I couldn't relate. I couldn't even fucking relate.
You gotta have some kind of trauma, you know. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to have like good parents and be a good comic. You know,
I don't know anybody who's gotten anything good and winds up a comedian. Oh no, you don't have a nice.
I don't know what
upbringing.
you wind up there. Maybe you have like a happy life and like normal serotonin, but it's not funny.
Yeah.
You know,
no.
You really need just some like deep scars. You know, just shit that haunts you. You know, for decades.
It's constant.
You know,
Never really goes away.
Just a yawning chasm of fucking.
Chuck with the fucking words. I'm like, a what? A what? I'm like, I don't even understand. I'm a 10th grade dropout, and I hang out with this guy. And I'm like, I don't understand half the fucking shit you're talking about. I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't get that. I'm sorry, I don't understand that word. And he's like, well, the word. And then he's like, wait, I don't know. You know what? Let me look up that word, because I might not know the real word to that, what I'm saying. And I'm like, motherfucker, really?
Most of the time it's
you
right.
Just get over on me. And fucking, he's like, this bitch is a dropout. She'll get anything.
I was homeschooled. What do you want from me?
I was in special ed.
Yeah,
I don't know what's
special
worse.
ed before I was in homeschool.
Oh God, yeah. Well, Albuquerque is great because it's kind of my special ed. I really like it here. But my mom was out of her goddamn mind, and she, you know, I know she sounds like maybe a very nice Connecticut housewife, you know, with pearls, perhaps like, oh, Jesse, we'll have to kill that baby in you. But she was actually obese hippie with teeth missing that mattered. You know, Albuquerque, or whoever's watching. I have molars missing. That's fine, my business. But my mom had the up fronts, you know, missing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's got a lot more missing now because she's dead.
Oh.
So,
wow.
yeah. She's really a lot. I know all of them are gone because we burned her like the Jew she was. So,
God.
yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a very good joke, though. My aunt, her sister, loves that joke.
Yes.
She says it's a harsh joke. It's harsh, but it's got a lot of layers to it. Your mother was cremated. We don't usually cremate people. You know our history because of the history. I said, yeah. Well, I'm trying. Everything I do, I want to hit in all the levels. I don't want to just one note it to everybody. I want you to be like, oh, I'd like to hang out with this lady. Oh, fuck, was she going to talk about her dead mom when we hang out? You know, and so keep it mysterious.
No, that's I love that.
Thank
you. Your mom had a couple of like sayings, or like they were like that were like or mantras that.
Well, yes, she would say to me a lot, Jesse. She'd say, Jesse, you know Mama's nervous system is shot. She's done a lot of drugs.
That's a great one.
Really? Okay. You know, I'm 4, and I'm like, okay. That's why I was traumatized by 4th grade, because this bitch, doing drugs. And she's like, oh, don't be mean to your mom. Because I'd be like, I'd tell people, oh, don't get her started. She'll do your drugs or something. We'd be at some restaurant or something, and she'd go, Jesse, don't be mean to your mother. And I go, just telling the truth. This little...
So you get to pass that on to people. You become the clarion call of your mom.
The clarion call.
I'm sorry, the harbinger. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. It doesn't.
The clarion call. You know what I thought you were talking about? It was like a hair product. I'm like, Clarion? Isn't that Clairol?
I don't think I'm using that right. I honestly don't think. It's just that's ignorance on my part. But that is so funny though. It's like, don't be mean to your mother and. The service system is shot.
Yeah, she's on drugs. And I'm like, yes, I know you're on drugs. I haven't had underpants yet in my life.
Eventually you did get underpants, though.
I did.
You did get underpants. All right.
I'm wearing them right now.
What are we complaining about?
I know.
Holy shit. How many pairs of underpants do you need, Jess?
Well, I have 14.
14.
Because I want more.
That's like 2 weeks worth.
And then I have to do laundry. Who wants to do that? My mom never did laundry. Oh, God, why would we do laundry?
Jess, this has been awesome. Thank you so much for coming on the show and complaining with us.
It was really, it helped me. I feel lighter.
Jess Wood, people. So like and subscribe. We've got like Cash App and the Venmos. It's a free show. You could donate for that. And then all the things that you're supposed to say at the end of the podcast.
Can I plug myself?
Yes.
Follow me at Get Wood.
Get Wood. Get Wood.
Oh, Get Wood
got a
podcast.
Get Wood podcast.
Get Wood podcast. And Get Wood on Instagram and Get Wood on Facebook.
Get Wood on Instagram is Get Wood. Yeah.
Titties. Titty shake. Am I the first lady that's been on your complaining?
First lady.
First lady.
That's
I'm
been
always
on
the first
the
vagina.
show.
I get it first. I get it. I get the ram. Ram box.
Developing the show with her vagina.
Thank you. I did. It's like nature's pocket.
Yeah, nature's pocket. All right. Well, this has been Mostly Complaining with Chuck Parker. This has been Jess Wood. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week.
Thanks. Thanks, guys.
This apartment is a coffin, and I'm comforted to death. And the howling from my brakes down plants the fear in every breath. Well, they say that suffocation is a lousy way to die. Slowly choking on a memory, then pretending to know why. Mostly complaining and not much else. I pace a line and mutter to myself.